After last week, we have a new World Heavyweight Champion. And tonight, we are live in Nashville, Tennessee for Monday Night Raw. And it appears that we are kicking off this week's episode of Raw with the United States Champion, Kevin Owens. What? Wait a minute. Now, as far as I'm concerned, the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura, is still United States Champion. Albeit at Survivor Series, Kevin Owens attacked Nakamura during the 3-on-3 match between Team Rock and Team Reigns. An apron powerbomb by Owens to Nakamura. But why now does Kevin Owens have the United States Championship in his possession? What is Kevin Owens up to now? Well, it sounds like someone has heard enough of the new face of America. And that someone is Chris Jericho. And we all know the storied history between these two. Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, former BFFs, now bitter enemies. These two do not see eye to eye on anything. And Chris Jericho has been chasing the United States Championship ever since his return to the WWE. So I'm sure it has come just as a surprise to him as it was to me to see Kevin Owens with the United States Championship belt. I call BS, but can we get this verified and find out what is going on with the United States Championship? Well, Chris Jericho, with a slightly less diplomatic approach, calling Kevin Owens a stupid idiot for thinking he's the United States Champion. However, it looks like this is going to happen. And it is. The referee has signalled for the bell, and I guess this matchup between Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho is for the United States Championship. Unbelievable. And a quite bizarre start to kick off Monday Night Raw. Still trying to get this verified if that actually is the United States Championship, but Owens taking this very seriously. wearing the United States colours from head to toe as a sidewalk slam takes down Chris Jericho. And I will repeat that not in any instance at Survivor Series did Kevin Owens defeat Shinsuke Nakamura. As Chris Jericho heads up to the second rope, he could be fighting for a false championship at the moment, but Jericho really made Owens put his money where his mouth is. If this is indeed the official United States Championship, Kevin Owens is fighting for it right now. And Jericho went for the chop. Oh, super kick from Kevin Owens, a pin, 1. Just a 1 count for the so-called face of America, Kevin Owens. And a gut buster to Chris Jericho that hurt Chris Jericho, seeing him writhing in pain on the mat. And Kevin Owens now drags Chris Jericho to the corner. It was a despicable act, not just from Kevin Owens during that 3-on-3 match between Team Rock and Team Reigns, but also Rusev played his part as well. The Bulgarian Brute attacking both Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor. In that Survivor Series, it was a clean sweep for Team Reigns. Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso all surviving and taking out Team Rock. As Chris Jericho puts the boots to the self-proclaimed United States Champion, won't be confirming it in any instance until I have confirmation myself. Did Shane McMahon make that decision? Is Shane McMahon even here tonight after that Future Shock DDT by Drew McIntyre, the new World Heavyweight Champion? And if you missed it last week, you need to go and check out last week's episode. Brock Lesnar is no longer undisputed as WWE Champion. Check all the action on my YouTube channel, but right here, right now, back to what's going on in the ring as Kevin Owens breaks free of the clutches of Chris Jericho and a clubbing shot across the back of Y2J, boot to the midsection as well. Constant work to the gut of Jericho by Kevin Owens. Oh, and an aggressive kick by KO to boot. Went for a boot to the midsection. Jericho caught him, ties him up, and a pin. 1, 2. Kevin Owens kicks out at 2. Still trying to work out at the moment if Chris Jericho was to win this, would he indeed become the new United States Champion? No word from the back regarding this. Shane McMahon, it has been confirmed, is not here tonight. But Jericho could care less about that at the moment. He just wants to get the W. He might have it here. 1, 2. Kick out again by Kevin Owens. Baited into taking this match by Chris Jericho, who said, come on, if you're the champ, huh? Take the match. And Kevin Owens rising to the bait. And Owens looking for the package pile driver, reversal clothesline from Chris Jericho. And these two know each other's moveset very well as Jericho, Lion Salt. 1, 2. Oh! Chris Jericho nearly scored the pinfall victory over the face of America. And this reign, if it is true, could be very short, but Jericho missed the code breaker. Owens got out the way, spine buster. And Kevin Owens weathered the storm there. Jericho looked for the code breaker, but KO broke free, escaped it. And now, is he trying to tear the ears off Chris Jericho? Looks like it. No, Kevin Owens heading up, looking for a high risk frog splash. 1, 2. Jericho kicks out at 2. One thing you cannot discredit from Kevin Owens, United States Championship or not, he is a great athlete, and you saw it just then with the frog splash. This man can move for his size, and a cannonball over the top rope. And that only reaffirmed my statement moments ago. And Owens scoops up and slams Jericho on the concrete floor, trying to do additional damage to the challenger for this United States Championship. Oh, and face first into the steps goes Jericho. The bitterness between these two spilling out here in Nashville, Tennessee. And let's not forget, it was Kevin Owens who put Chris Jericho on the sideline for many months with an apron powerbomb. The same apron powerbomb that he delivered to Shinsuke Nakamura at Survivor Series. So maybe, just maybe, Nakamura cannot compete. Kevin Owens capitalizing on whatever the situation is, a cannonball to Chris Jericho. And Owens looking to set up the pop-up powerbomb. Jericho puts the brakes on, elbow to the back of the head. Code breaker! 1, 2, oh! And I thought the face of America was going to change to Chris Jericho. A code breaker, but Kevin Owens found a way to kick out at 2, but Jericho in control. Oh, reversal from Kevin Owens. Oh, pop-up power bomb. 1, 2, 3. What a reversal. Kevin Owens clawing his way back from defeat. And at this point, Jericho was on the verge of victory. The code breaker to Kevin Owens, but only a 2 count. Kevin Owens showing great resilience to kick out. And then this, the pop-up power bomb. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens retains the United States Championship, whether it's legit or not, here tonight on Raw. Well, one championship I can confirm that is legitimate is the WWE Women's Championship, which belongs to Nia Jax. And tonight, will the unstoppable path of destruction continue when Nia Jax defends the Women's Championship against Becky Lynch? And in your main event, here tonight on Raw, it's a triple threat match to declare the #1 contender for the new World Heavyweight Championship which belongs to Drew McIntyre of the NWO. AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and the monster among men, Braun Strowman. And the winner will face Drew McIntyre at Backlash. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw as Becky Lynch hits the ring here in Nashville, Tennessee, and looks to seize upon the opportunity to become Women's Champion. But if Becky Lynch is to do so, she will have to do what many others haven't, and that's stop the seemingly unstoppable Nia Jax. And it was at Survivor Series that quite possibly Nia Jax faced her toughest opponent to date in Beth Phoenix, matching Nia Jax in strength and in power did Beth Phoenix, but ultimately it was Jax who came out on top. Nia Jax retaining the Women's Championship and once again welcomes another challenger here tonight on Raw. Nia Jax demands competition from the women's locker room. Once again she gets it, but how many more are left? Crowd on their feet, sold out in Nashville. And it's all about the Women's Championship right here, right now. As the champion, the dominant champion, Jax hands over the Women's Championship, and the challenger, Becky Lynch, takes a good look. And the size difference between these two going to make things very difficult for Becky Lynch. She will have to use her speed and quickness as the referee signals for the bell to get this Women's Championship match underway. And Becky Lynch, just clubbed down by the champion. And Becky Lynch gets to her feet this time, managing to block the punch of Jax. And Becky Lynch goes for the arm. Smart move, and just taking a moment to get her game plan. And if it is to focus on the arm of Nia Jax to set up the disarm her, if she can get that locked in, she has a good chance of becoming the new Women's Champion. Becky Lynch now using that speed again, focusing on the arm, and snaps the arm of the champion. And although it was a slightly worrying start for Becky Lynch, she's now got going. But Nia Jax again with that power. One, just a one count. As Jax gets to her feet, elbow to the back of the neck of Becky Lynch, scoops up Becky Lynch, and a beautiful reversal by Becky Lynch. Pin, 1, 2, shoulder up by the champion, and Becky Lynch nearly stunned not just Nashville, but the world. Incredible reversal by Becky Lynch, the DDT, and Nia Jax just got the shoulder up. How much did that matchup with Beth Phoenix take out of Nia Jax? Was this the perfect opportunity for someone to step up and take on the champion after that grueling battle with Beth Phoenix? And Jax, the power, the strength. and drops Becky Lynch face first on the top turnbuckle and then drives a knee into the face of Becky Lynch. Nia Jax wants the crowd here to bow down, show her some respect. Nia Jax showing no respect with that move to Becky Lynch. Bit of arse in the face. It could get a lot worse than that for Becky Lynch. Lynch slow to get to her feet. Becky Lynch turns around and Nia Jax with a double axe handle right between the eyes of the challenger. And now the control may begin to set in, but Becky Lynch is a fighter and Becky Lynch goes for the arm again. Great stuff. Anytime Becky Lynch gets an opportunity. And Becky Lynch scoops up and uses Nia Jax's own weight against her. The arm tucked behind the back and Nia Jax recovering that hurt the arm, and Becky Lynch given the time to hit the elbow. And again, champion just about kicks out and Becky Lynch is relentless. The focus and a clear tactic in this match to do some serious damage to the arm of the champion. The submission applied, referee asking the question to see if Nia Jax will give it up and relinquish the WWE Women's Championship, but Nia Jax finds a way to break free and Becky Lynch gets to her feet, boot to the midsection and a shot, a slap to the chest of Becky Lynch. Another big shot and oh my goodness. Trying to squeeze and crush the skull of Becky Lynch was Nia Jax. And Becky Lynch looked like she was seriously hurt. I mean, she was thrown around like a rag doll by her head. And now Nia Jax again using the power, but Becky Lynch reversal. The great escape by Becky Lynch at the moment, and Becky Lynch calls Nia Jax to her feet. And Nia Jax just trying to take a moment, trying to recover. Becky waits, clothesline, but it doesn't take down. Nia Jax sends her off the ropes, went for the drop kick, didn't get it. Oh, back and forth between these two. Fireman's carry, Becky Lynch turning inside out, the champion. 1, 2. So close. Confusing the champion is Becky Lynch at every opportunity. Becky Lynch again goes for the arm. The arm drag takedown by Becky Lynch and submission applied immediately. The pressure is on the champion. Will the champion tap out? No. Nia Jax escapes again. Becky Lynch with the roll. DDT. And Becky Lynch really feeling it now. The crowd here in Nashville behind her. And Nia Jax has no idea. Turns around. Lynch, Hurricane Rana. 1, 2. And Nia Jax kicks out again. What is it going to take? But Becky Lynch quickly back on the arm again. Referee asking the question. The pressure being put on the champion. A tactical move by Lynch. But Nia Jax finds a way to escape. And a headbutt puts a stop to any offense. Oh! Good Lord. That will take your breath away. So will that. 1, 2. And Becky Lynch just barely gets her shoulder up, but she's still in this match. The plan has been to focus on the arm of Jax. So far, so good. But now, Becky Lynch will not be looking for offense. She needs to be on defense. And Nia Jax, a powerbomb, will not let up. Oh dear God, Jax, we've seen this before. Nia Jax, oh, she missed it. Nia Jax with a mistake. Becky Lynch, oh, here we go. She's got it. Becky Lynch with the disarm her. And look at the torque that she's got. Wrenching the arm. Are we on the verge of a new women's champion? Nia Jax, oh, she found a way out. But the damage has been done. Oh, Becky Lynch, reversal. Becky Lynch goes for the arm again. And again, she's got it. Dangerous times for the women's champion. What does Nia Jax have left? Becky Lynch giving it her all. Referee asked the question, and Jax using the power to break free. Nia Jax, oh God. No way. Samoan drop. One, two, three. Nia Jax pulls through. And she really had to tonight. Becky Lynch focused on the arm, to disarm her. Not once, but twice. But still, Nia Jax with the Samoan drop, securing the victory and retaining the Women's Championship. I say it every time. Who can stop the seemingly unstoppable that is the Women's Champion, Nia Jax? Oh my. Well, if anybody could stop Nia Jax, just maybe, it is the natural selection, Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair interrupting the Women's Champion. Nia Jax, well, she's learnt to fight another day, heading to the outside. But I think the intentions are clear from Charlotte. She wants a piece of Nia Jax, and the crowd in Nashville are loving it. A challenge being issued by Charlotte Flair to Nia Jax, maybe for Backlash. But one match we do know that is confirmed for Backlash, our next pay-per-view, is the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy going one-on-one with the Destroyer, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Monday Night Raw. And we are being joined by the big dog, Roman Reigns, and Jimmy and Jey Uso. And for these three men, it was a clean sweep at Survivor Series. Team Reigns defeating Team Rock. But that doesn't tell the whole story, because the interference during that match changed the entire complexion First Rusev, then Kevin Owens, leaving The Rock to fight for himself. The damage was done. Shinsuke Nakamura stretching out of the building. Finn Balor speared by Reigns after these attacks. And then The Rock was put down by the big dog. And just look at the smile on the face of Reigns. What was that? Oh, backstage, Baron Corbin clearly not making any friends since his return last week. But up next, it is time for your main event, the triple threat match to determine a #1 contender for Drew McIntyre's World Heavyweight Championship. Styles versus Orton versus Strowman. Next. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw as the phenomenal AJ Styles makes his way to the ring, and it was a successful night for AJ Styles at Survivor Series, being the sole survivor in the match between the Club versus the Wyatt family. Finally, AJ Styles may have put an end to the bitter feud between him and Bray Wyatt. And now AJ Styles turns his attention to becoming the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship held by the NWO and Drew McIntyre. But it will not be easy for AJ Styles tonight, because he takes on the veteran, the Viper, the Apex Predator of the WWE, Randy Orton. And Randy Orton has tasted gold in the WWE on many occasions before. And when you have a move like the RKO, which you can hit out of nowhere, you always have a chance. And if Randy Orton hits that RKO on AJ Styles here tonight, he could become the #1 contender. If he hits it on the monster among men, Braun Strowman, the outcome could also be the same. Crowd excited for this one. And a roar to the WWE Universe. As Braun Strowman makes his way to the ring. And you might say that Braun Strowman was instrumental in the NWO and Shane McMahon gaining control after he turned his back on Team WWE. Walking out, he had had enough of Triple H and his orders, and the fact that Triple H tagged himself in was the final straw. Braun Strowman quite possibly could have won the match for Team WWE if it wasn't for the breakdown in communication between him and Triple H. But that is all history now. And one thing we learned from that is that Braun Strowman ain't nobody's lackey. Triple H tried to push the buttons of Braun Strowman, and he had had enough. And tonight, if I was Randy Orton and AJ Styles, I'd be looking to work together to take down the monster among men. However, it appears at the moment that Orton and Strowman are looking to team up against AJ Styles. Double suplex. And the two working together to try and put AJ Styles out of commission, which would leave the battle to be between Braun Strowman and Randy Orton. But I'm not so sure how good chances are for Randy Orton facing Braun Strowman on his own. Well, we might just find out. And Randy Orton immediately tries to go for the RKO. Can hit it out of nowhere, but Braun Strowman saw what was coming, put a stop to that, and this is the predicament that Randy Orton has put himself in. AJ Styles could lose the match without even being involved if Braun Strowman puts away Randy Orton. And Strowman showing his power, launching Randy Orton all the way across the ring, now carrying Randy Orton like he weighs nothing and dumps him on the outside. Dominant display by the biggest man in this match, who roars at the fans here in Nashville. And Strowman is coming to the outside. Triple threat rules. And Strowman choking the life out of AJ Styles' punch to the midsection. And it has all been, thus far, the monster among men who bids to become the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. And you gotta think, what does Paul Heyman, the advocate of Brock Lesnar and the WWE Champion himself, think of all of this? The fact that he is no longer undisputed as champion here in the WWE. Brock Lesnar was the man that unified the Universal Championship and the WWE Championship at WWE Battleground to make the championship undisputed. But that is no more after last week, where Shane McMahon brought the World Heavyweight Championship back and gave it to Drew McIntyre. And what a mistake that could lead to be for Shane McMahon. Double crossed by McIntyre and the New World Order with a future shock DDT, making it perfectly clear last week. Randy Orton having snuck up behind Braun Strowman. That's one way to try and get the upper hand on the monster among men, and sends Braun Strowman over the barricade into the WWE Universe here in Nashville, Tennessee. And the action going on all over the place. Orton and Strowman. Where's Randy Orton taking Braun Strowman? This is all legal. Triple threat rules as Braun Strowman breaks free. Dangerous place for Randy Orton to be in. Oh God, no. Strowman. What's he doing? Braun Strowman. Oh God. Well, Randy Orton may just regret bringing Braun Strowman into the crowd, and luckily for him, Strowman believes the damage is done and is heading his way back to find AJ Styles with a forearm over the top rope. Styles was waiting for him. And Randy Orton may have inadvertently taken himself out of this match, taking Strowman to the crowd, and he's been left laying. It was initially AJ Styles who was singled out by Orton and Strowman, but Styles has managed to find himself back in the match. And AJ Styles brings Strowman up, but takes him down with a forearm again. But Randy Orton is back. The Viper has recovered. Took a while. Orton back. And Randy Orton comes forward. European uppercut. Rocks AJ Styles to his boots. AJ Styles will stand and fight. Styles, forearm after forearm, sends. Block. Put the stop on there. Did Randy Orton, and vintage Randy Orton a pin. 1, 2, and a 2 count. And this is the best opportunity for Randy Orton he's had thus far, with Braun Strowman on the outside. If Orton can hit the RKO, he could become #1 contender as he drives the elbow into the face of the phenomenal AJ Styles. And again, another knee. Orton trying to dissect Styles, take him apart limb by limb, but AJ Styles heads off the ropes, and a knee of his own. AJ Styles responds to Randy Orton and heads up to the second rope, perched up there. Styles forearm. I'd go for a pin, he does. 1, 2. And Styles caught the forearm flush, but didn't get that spring that he gets when he heads and uses the springboard. If he had that, he could have got the 3. Now Styles, look at this. Shot after shot, and AJ Styles looking to take a risk. High risk maneuver, and it pays off, wiping out Randy Orton. And AJ Styles going through the gears at the moment. And Orton is down. But wait a minute. The monster has begun to stir, and AJ Styles saw it. AJ Styles, God almighty. Braun Strowman just clobbered AJ Styles. And in face first off the LED ring post, and again. And I understand why AJ Styles went for Strowman, to try and keep him out of the match. But to engage with Braun Strowman is a dangerous decision. And now Strowman, as if he wasn't dangerous enough, bringing the steel stairs into play. Braun Strowman. What does he have in mind? RKO! Randy Orton, pin! 1, 2, Randy Orton, a stunning RKO to Braun Strowman, and then went for the pin. Tried to capitalize on the damage done on the outside by Strowman to Styles, and all the while, those steel steps sit in the ring. Styles, look at this. Strong style from AJ Styles. Randy Orton coming very close. But Braun Strowman again on the outside of things. giving them both the opportunity now to put one or another away. Styles with the reversal. Pele kick right between the eyes of the Viper. And now Styles takes up. Oh, AJ's back. Gave away. RKO! Oh, God. Hit him. Oh, but wait a minute. Strowman is back. And Randy Orton immediately had to fire at Braun Strowman, who hit the ring and then hits Randy Orton. Braun Strowman is back, and Braun Strowman is irate and dumps AJ Styles on the outside of the ring. Randy Orton now having to fend for himself against a very aggressive, a very angered monster. Running power slam. 1, 2. Oh, it's Styles. Styles breaks the count. And oh, look at the look on Strowman's face. And Styles knows the pain is coming. Braun Strowman rattling Styles, but AJ Styles trying to get rid of. Braun Strowman has the steps that Strowman brought into play. And Strowman is waffled off the apron. Braun Strowman is out. Well, the steel steps that were brought into play by Braun Strowman have worked against him, and Styles waits for Orton, takes him up and down. This time the back pulls through, and AJ Styles with a prime opportunity to wrap this one up and become the #1 contender for Drew McIntyre's World Heavyweight Championship. Phenomenal forearm for the win. 1, 2, 3, yes! AJ Styles is the #1 contender. And this is how he did it. Steel steps to the mush of Braun Strowman. And the perfect opportunity came. The spring of the phenomenal forearm to take out the Viper. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles will face Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. Oh, wait a minute. Oh dear God. Drew McIntyre, the World Champion, is here. Oh! And did you see the World Heavyweight Championship belt sprayed with the NWO? And McIntyre looks down on AJ Styles. Oh my God, what is going on in the back? Kevin Nash and Luke Gallows. Kevin Nash assaulting Luke Gallows, an associate of AJ Styles, the club. And oh no, what's he gonna do? Gallows slow to get to his feet. Chaos in the back. Oh, come on. The New World Order is here, and here comes Carl Anderson. Oh, come on. But he gets greeted by Scott Hall, fire extinguisher and all, and then blasts Carl Anderson. But Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were relieved of their services by Shane McMahon. But Drew McIntyre has other ideas as the NWO looks to take over Monday Night Raw. And meanwhile, in the ring, the damage has been done in the back. Drew McIntyre, future shock, DDT on the World Heavyweight Championship, which is sprayed with the colours of the New World Order.